Hi everyone, Will here from Mature Minded Gamers, and today we're going to be doing an unboxing for a game that I have been excited about, and that is Twilight Inscription. This one is from Fantasy Flight Games. This one is set in the Twilight Imperium universe. This is the epic roll and write experience. I gotta say, I love the art, and I just think it looks absolutely gorgeous. I love the fact you've got the art here, you've got examples of the boards, kind of what you're doing, and then you've got examples of the dice, and the dice look absolutely beautiful. On the back here, it gives you a wonderful example of how all the boards are laid out. You've got, talks about the pens you're going to be using, and all of the different cards. And it is 1 to 8 players, okay? And 90 to 120 minute, ages 14 and up. I love on the back of their boxes, it gives an example of not only the card sizes you're going to need, but how many packs of each you're going to need to use. So, I mean, you could take this and you'd know what size this is. You don't have to necessarily buy the Gamegenic ones, but they fit perfectly. So, I love that they do that. Wish more companies had something similar. So, let's take a look at what is in this box. I took off the cellophane just to reduce the noise when we do this. So, let's dive right in. Alright, so first off, looks like we've got a rulebook. Well, surprise, surprise, right? Now, being Fantasy Flight, is there 2 rulebooks? Yes, play as you learn. And a rulebook, but no really, usually there's the rulebook or the guide and then a reference book. So here's like, talks about setup here. You got round 1, round 2, round 3, round 4, and round 5 and beyond. So kind of as you kind of decide maybe a quick start, and then the actual full rulebook here. Reducing down to 1, you've got overview, components, their chalk markers, setup of the game. You've got fundamental concepts, playing the game, navigation, expansion, industry chart, production event cards, additional rules, objectives, winning the game, and solo and 2-player rules, and some credits. Now on the back, does it have clarifications? Okay, so some basic understanding of stuff. Okay, surprised they need clarifications for their rulebook when it should just be in the rules. I think maybe a symbology on the back as far as like what the symbols mean would be a little bit nicer to have right on the back, but okay. Holy cow, now these are some chunky dice. Sorry about the noise. Wow, these suckers are huge. Huh. Alright, so some very nice dice, I gotta say that. You've got black, blue, red, and green. Symbology on them. So green has all the symbols, at least 1s, couple 2s. So 1 through 4, and then 5 and 6 looks like are the 2s. You got the same thing with this one. I think maybe that's credits, I don't know. And same thing on this one. And then this kind of looks more like a wild dice, if you will. Alright, very cool, very cool. Chunky dice, I like it. You get 8 markers, 1 for each player. Now these are chalk markers. So we'll see how those work here in a second. Got a pack of cards and pack of cards. Love that art. Absolutely gorgeous. And here is the boards themselves. Now, is there anything underneath the horrible Fantasy Flight inserts? No, there is not. So just so you know, everything is readily accessible. Alright, so let's take a look at these. So we've got expansion board. Double-sided. It looks different on each side, which is cool. We've got another expansion board. Now, are these the same? So, no, these are not the same, which is going to be nice because you're not going to end up with the same board every time. Another expansion board, again, different layouts. Expansion board, different layouts. Expansion board, different layouts. You know what? Let's flip this around. There we go. Expansion boards. We've got an industry boards. Again, these are different as well. We got 8 of those. Double-sided. We've got our navigation boards. Again, 8 of those. And we've got So navigation board. I like that they're all different, which is great. Warfare boards. These are all different as well. That is fantastic. So every time you play, you're not going to be taking the... You're going to be playing the same game, which is great. Well, statistically, it's nearly impossible for you to be able to play the same game. Mechatol Rex, if you've played Twilight Imperium, then you know that's the big thing in the middle. So, awesome. And funding factions. Interesting. Okay. That's cool. Let's take a look at these markers real quick before we get into the cards, and let's see how these work. I've heard that these are a bright orange, and I heard they don't really rub off. So let's kind of see. Maybe if I can get it to open. That's tight. Okay, that's a good thing. All right. Oh, see, they wipe right off. Are you kidding? Chalk marker. And it's a tight lid. They wipe right off. I was told that they just don't wipe off. They do. They wipe right off. Interesting. Okay. So that was one of the big things that I was told at the booth is, oh, these markers are great. You know, they won't just rub off. You know, or maybe when you're sliding other stuff. See, even the dice rub them right off. I don't know. Seems like a standard marker to me. Interesting. Alright, well, it is what it is, I guess. You guys need to know this stuff. Make sure you know what you're getting when you get into it. Don't let somebody sell you on something and give you a talking point when it's not actually factual. Alright, so what do we got here? We've got Emirates. Nomads. Different factions, which is great. Tons of different factions. I love it. Holy cow. Alright. Well, here's the real test. Oh, okay. They're not double-sided, but you get, looks like lore on the other side. These are nice cards. I like the linen feel and the linen cardstock. I think these are some of my favorite style and types of cards just because they feel good in your hand. They look good. They don't have as much shine when you're looking at them when you got a light right above you. And then we've got asset references on the back as well. 8 of those. We've got the fledgling empire, first ventures, convene the council, border conflict, redefine trade routes, partisan, diplomatic, bustling economies, limited diplomacy. Tons of different cards, different events that are going to be going off, and gives you essentially the actions that you're going to be getting because of what's going on when the card is flipped. And it looks like that is it, and there's what's 5, so 5 different total phases. I'm wondering how many of these you're going to play with every time. Like if it's going to be, okay, you're going to pull 2 3s, 2 5s, or whatever, or how that's going to look. Now these ones are black ones. These ones are blue ones. I wonder what the difference is there. These ones say strategy. This is strategy. Interesting. Ah, okay. I'm just wondering, maybe that breaks up. That's just a one-time event. Maybe it goes, that's the end of one. You're going to grab one of these. I don't know. But again, cardstock is linen as well. You know, good feel to them. They're not the heaviest duty cards, but they're pretty good. So I like them. We got another pack of cards here. It's a smaller pack. So more of the standard cardstock. Homestead relief, population controls. Okay, see, these are what people are going to be voting on. Hyperlane, corporate taxes, construction. See anything on the back of these? The different phase, I'm assuming, maybe. Okay. Yeah, a speaker card. Alright, so we've got Shards of the Throne. Stellar Converter, Crown of Thalnos. the Quantum Core, the Codex, Nanoforge, the Obsidian, and these special symbols on the back, no numbers. Maybe these are the victory cards. Okay, they got victory points at the bottom there. Prospector, Mercantilist, Collector, Expansionist, Technorat, Core Cracker, Source Expert, Secured Assets, Armada, United Front. Back of these ones are, oh, okay, so different ones. So that one says, let's look at Technorat. So Technorat 7/4, claim one of each specialty asset on expansion. Claim one of each specialty asset on expansion. Huh. Looks the same to me on both sides. The difference is the number on the bottom. This one just has a sole 4. We're on this side 7, then 4. From what I understand, this is for the player that actually secures this first, and then everyone else who still secures it but doesn't secure it first still gets victory points. Okay. Well, interesting. I'm wondering why they flipped them, or there's a number difference. Let's look at one more of those. So let's look at United Front. So again, same layout here. Mark all 10 nodes in 2 rows. Mark all 10 nodes in 2 rows. Interesting. Interesting. Okay. Well, it looks like the only difference is those numbers on the bottom. We'll figure out more when we actually get to playing the game. So, all right. So you get quite a bit in this box, and I think with all the variation, the versatility, there's going to be a lot of randomness and a lot of replayability with this. Again, these ones aren't any better than regular markers, so I know why they did the orange so that way it stands out on the dark board, but I don't. The talking point that I was told that these don't rub off as easy is complete bunk. So take that for what it is. I think you can get, as long as they're dry erase, you can get a white or a light blue or something like that, a highlight pink. I don't know, just something that's really going to stand out. I'm worried as far as like, well, what's going to happen is once these dry up, because you're going to be popping them off, people leaving them off the cap. Eventually, in any game that you have these dry erase things, they're going to dry up. So are you going to be able to just buy these separately from Fantasy Flight? I know we've probably got some time before that really happens, where all of the pens are going to dry up on you, but it's definitely a concern. Are you going to have to buy these separate, and how much are they going to cost? And can you just get them at Staples? So if anyone knows of anything that would probably work chalk markers that are dry erase, let us know in the comments below. And yeah, so. But overall, good quality components. I love these chunky dice, and I love the variability look, and I love the cardstock. I'm just disappointed in the markers. So, all right, everybody, this has been Will from Mature Minded Gamers doing unboxing for Twilight Inscription from Fantasy Flight Games. Be sure to check out all of our other great content on MatureMindedGamers.com. We do video games, board games, and so much more. So we'd love to have you join us. So until next time, everyone, stay safe. Game on.